I've been instructed to do what I want with these. Pick the order. So. First one. Take on.
Represent, brother.
Don't be nice. Spit poet.
This isn't a gender issue phone because I only wrote one.
Great poem.
I gotta tell y'all this funny joke I heard. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave. So if you came from African kings, you were destined to pick cotton. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave. So if you had no need to go sunbathing, then servitude was your destiny. I find it funny how racists are the first to disrespect our skin, but once their friends tell them that they're not pretty enough, they're the first to go and imitate our color. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave. So does every time my brothers and sisters get handcuffed, they'll get escorted to a plantation? Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave. So did Stokely Carmichael speak broken English? And did Louis Farrakhan go days of being deprived food and water? I sit here and write this free verse because I know this verse ain't free, but at first I was free, but then I wasn't. I was forced on a boat to leave my land left me, and now my land is left with nothing. Children cry, mothers try, fathers die, and their minds are corrupted. They want me silenced, better yet dead, because they say I lack substance. They drew a gun to my head because all I make are assumptions. Politicians think one thing and my people think another, so I bring them together like conjunctions. They try hard to put my mind to the test while my heart is thumping, bumping. I walk forward to the center of the problem, trying to stand up 6'11", Tim Duncan. Used to waking up every morning and turning nothing into something. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave, and now we're used as target practice, so we're running and moving our feet, then click like bam. Somebody's spine is leaking through their chest, and he can't move and he can't breathe because he's in cardiac arrest, and now he's dead. Because he was black, and because he was a slave. Somebody told me that to be black was to be a slave, but I told him that to be black was to be brave.
But you have to hold Malcolm X look. Yeah, he does. I like the glasses.
One more. Matthew. Right. There you go.
Don't be nice.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa may not be as attractive as every other building at first glance, but its character is probably worth the pain you get in your neck while you're looking at it. And I don't normally take the time to look at odd things, but I'm getting used to making exceptions. I'm getting used to buildings like you. My boyfriend used to wear this hat. It was gray and dull, and I always told him it made his head look lumpy, so he wore it every day. He used to tell me how one day maybe he'd make me wear it, and we'd go out in public together. Maybe. See, boys in the military aren't raised to share hats, aren't designed to like pink or penis. They march in step with every shout of their master, and I never realized just how far they were taught to march. Never really learned where Iraq was on a map. Never really cared. I just knew it was middle, just beating, like the hearts of families, just there, just being. I woke up in February once with an open window beside me despite the winter air. It was like some movie I never really wanted to be casted in, and next to me sat the lumpy gray hat on the pillow in an outline of Iraq. Now, I pass city billboards and see families that remind me nothing of my own. They look like cigarettes. They burn. Dear you, your cousin got married last weekend. I went to the wedding to be nice. I caught on fire when I walked into the church and they tried to put me out with the holy water, but that just burnt a little more. See, as if things weren't bad enough, I upchucked into the collection basket when the groom kissed the bride. I'm sorry, I tried to control myself. And I wear that hat now. I'm not sure I'll ever take it off. Thanks.
Oh, Nolan.
Spit poet.
For Michael Dillian, the first female to male transsexual to undergo phalloplasty. Moon jellyfish are born as males. At midlife, their bodies naturally alter to become females. Michael Dillian, you were the exact opposite. You were born in a woman's body, a body that fits you like a coffin. But the soul inside of it was far from dead, so you had a sex change. You traded your headstone for a pair of wings, and you became the angel you were born to be. But some lights are too bright for some people. The church condemned you to hell. England would have locked you away. The media would not leave you alone, forcing you to flee to the Buddhists in India because you were not the limited definition of man they wanted you to be. They all said God does not make mistakes. He would not have put someone in the wrong body. But you were put in a woman's body for God's best reasons. So you could appreciate what we all take for granted. Living in a body that fits us. And to show us what courage looks like. And I wish you were still alive today to tell you, dear Michael Dillian, I know everything you've gone through and I am sorry. I'm sorry you were born into a world that just can't seem to contain you, but someday you'll be an inspiration to us all. They'll tell your stories from televisions and pulpits, and all history classes will teach your name. When fear is no longer taught as a religion, you will be remembered as a saint. Men will dig up your bones, hoping to extract a fraction of the courage you had. The courage to rebuild penises for soldiers who considered you a monster. The courage to go to medical school to help others like you and show them the love that anyone deserves. You worked around the clock like a superhero. You radiated joy everywhere. You were not the shy, awkward girl you once were. You were the cuts from your breast reductions proudly like battle wounds, and your penis like a medal of honor, because every day was a battle for you to keep your secret. From your patients, from the state, from the media. And you have more courage than an entire army. One day, men will pray to altars containing scraps of your clothes to Michael Dillian, the patron saint of courage, of men. You teach us all not to let the judgments of others keep us from being great, and that a man is so much more than being born with a penis. And I am sorry. Not for you, but for those who didn't have space in their vision of the world to fit a man as big as you. So thank you, Michael Dillian, for showing me what it truly means to be a man.
Keep it going for all the poets tonight. We're going to do we've given the roses, now we're going to give the thorns. Is that how it works now? Or? Yeah, okay. Do we need you, the three of you, to get up here again? Yeah. All right, get on up here.
I'll push this place and penis this round.
You can clap. I'll take a picture.
Do it again.
No, do it again.
Oh, someone is gonna take a picture.
Give each other
You know how when there was a camera involved, suddenly it wasn't a hug, it was like just some bro love right there. Like, yeah, just across the shoulders, like we're moving boards of wood or something to build a house for you. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. Get up here, give a rose or a yellow piece of paper to your favorite poet. Was it Tavon, Nolan, or Matthew?